What's up, everybody? Welcome to LED Live. We have a really cool show today, and we're going to be looking at a topic that it really impacts us all because paganism has infiltrated our culture in such a submersive way. I mean, it's really nothing new. You look at the Bible, and it was like Judaism and paganism, and it's just all over. And so, really, that's the way our society is today, right? Like, paganism is just all around us, but it's kind of been veiled, it's kind of been disguised over time, and even Christianized in certain ways, right?
Yes, exactly. It's been immersive in all of our culture today. In fact, it's kind of like I hate to pop it, but it's kind of a unearthed one world type thing going on.
Yeah.
And we're going to get into that probably in the next kind of video over this, but it is huge. It is actually infiltrating everyone's life.
Yeah, so we talk about it a lot. That anybody who's really like a scholar or just a student of the Bible and prophecy, we know there's going to come a time in the end where everyone is going to be worshiping the dragon. Everybody's going to be
and the
engaged.
beast.
Yeah, in this false system of worship that looks so close to the truth, coexist, kumbaya, peace and safety and all this stuff. But there's going to be a group of people who say, no, we stand on, we keep the commandments of God, and we have the faith and the testimony of Jesus Christ. And they're going to be public enemy number one because you're not going with the system. Why are you being such a extremist? Because I stand on thus saith the Lord. And even a lot of Christians today, they're not reading their Bible. They're going to church once a week. They're maybe watching a few videos. And most of the time it's about, hey, you can be rich and all these things. And so they're going to be setting themselves up for deception because deception's so close to the truth that if you don't know the true truth, you're going to fall for the deception.
Yes, exactly. And that's perfect because that's what we're going to be finding out is where do these holidays come from?
Holidays, all right.
Yeah, holidays.
A lot of people have a lot of questions on this topic, and we have lightly addressed it. So I'm excited to kind of bring this up and talk about it because, like you said, I think worship at its core is what this is all about. It's what the war in heaven began over. It's what's going to end. And so the devil's always used this just kind of false worship in society to basically lead the true believers away. So how can we protect against that? And I think you have to talk about some of these issues. So I'm excited to dive into this.
That word holiday is holy day, right?
Yes, it is.
So yeah, it is a form of worship.
So let's get into this. We are, going to unmask the holidays and their origins. And that's a pretty...
This is what it would look like if you had spiritual eyes and you could see in the spirit world what's really going on. You know the movie They Live, where everything looks normal and he puts on those sunglasses and everything's black and white, but billboards say like obey, consume, and the money says you're God and all these things. It's kind of feel like that sometimes in life. It's like we're so used to this stuff, we think it's normal, and then you find out, it's got a really terrible origin. Even like the nursery rhymes for kids and stuff, like they're all about polio and London Bridge is falling down. Yay, let's think about it,
Especially like this time of year, my subdivision that I live in, it's like there's these giant like Halloween things that they put out in their front yard of like people hanging from like a tree. And I mean, that's awful. Like what if you had somebody close to you that, maybe potentially committed suicide or something? Like why do we glorify this stuff? It's crazy.
Isn't it Anton LaVey, who is the founder of the Church of Satan or the Satanic Church, one of those two, who says that he's glad that once a year Christian parents will allow the children to worship the devil, which is on Halloween.
Satanists aren't coming into church for one day a week, one day a year, so it's just kind of interesting that Christians feel comfortable to do that, but it's not happening on the reverse.
Right. Well, this is getting in depth already.